Right. Yes, people, how are we? How are we today? How are we this Friday evening? Hope you're all having a boss Friday so far and a boss week anyway. Today, well, tonight even, we've got the football preview show for the football on the weekend, Premier League football in action. Joined by two amazing guests today. And a big thank you for them for taking time out the day to jump on the channel. First of all, we have early doors on, and then Vimo will be on shortly after. He's just in a bit of a rush to get home, but I said to him, take your time, mate, and just jump on whenever you're ready. No rush at all. But yeah, we'll get early doors on the stage. How are you, my guy? Nice to see you.
How are you doing, mate? All good. Thanks
Yeah,
for
man.
the invite, and looking forward to this one.
Yeah, man. Anytime, you're always welcome. Uh, is this the first time you've been on the show, or have we done one before? I think we have, haven't we?
I think, yeah, we have, but was it on yours or someone else's? I'm trying to remember now
Yeah,
myself.
man. No, I think it might have Mike's, maybe Mike's channel.
Yeah, I think it was Mike's. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, 100%. Because I've had Mike's on here before when we done the West Ham preview when we played you lot at the London Stadium. But yeah, man. Chris, big thank you for putting the links in the description as well, my mate. I appreciate it. I've
yeah.
also
Thanks, Chris.
pinned the channels as well, so if anyone would be kind enough, go over and subscribe to these legends anyway. But yeah, man. This weekend anyway. Well, we have Ipswich. You've got Aston Villa. How do you think it's gonna go?
I mean, the problem we've got, obviously, we're stretched. We are definitely stretched. You think we've got Danny Ings as our only kind of senior forward for the club, and pardon the pun when I say senior, because obviously he's the oldest one we've got up front. At the back, we're struggling there as well. So we are really stretched, and it depends what he's actually going to put out on Sunday. That'd be quite interesting.
It's a tough one, Villa away as well, isn't it? I remember when you
Yeah,
played first game of the season, you played them, weren't it? And it was at obviously the London Stadium.
yeah,
2-1 defeat, I think it was Lopetegui's first game. And from that game, mate, honestly, like I did a watch along for it. I remember watching it. You just seen straight away there wasn't any kind of identity in that game, even though you'd had an amazing summer window. Bringing the likes of Tadibo, Somerville, players like that into the club. And just judging from that first game, mate, it looked awful, didn't it? And it's one of
yeah.
them. It was a sign of things to come, definitely, because, like I said, then there was no pattern, and yeah, man, it was a rough game for West Ham, even though it
It
was
was,
only one defeat.
yeah. But even still, I mean, as you said, the writing was on the wall because everyone could see that this doesn't look good. And then as it went on, it was just getting worse and worse and worse. And finally, it took him long enough, and we got a shot of him. And of course, Potter came in, and his first game was again against Villa in the FA Cup. And we're looking at that. I mean, in a short period of time, he only had like one day and a bit to work with him, but at least we saw something straight away. And it's like, and you look to the players as well. You question the players. You got to think these are the same players were under Lopetegui. So what's the difference?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously you have the old new manager bounce. Um,
But there
but
was
yeah,
none of that. There wasn't even a new manager bounce, was there?
not really. No, I mean, we saw something. We saw some change. We saw, they looked a lot better than what they were. You saw certain players actually playing football, and
Yeah.
the only problem in the second half, we just ran out of steam. We again because we are literally stretched, and of course they won that 1-2-1 as well. So if they win this league game on Sunday, apparently this will be the first time they've done the double on us since 2010-2011 season.
That was before you got promoted as well, weren't it? Because you
Mm,
went down that season, didn't you?
yeah,
And you come straight back up, didn't you? With Sam Allardyce, was it?
Allardyce, yeah.
Yeah. Crazy, man. Crazy. Anyway, guys, any questions at all, just get them in and we'll get through them all. David says, what's happened on with Luis, however you say his name, youngest.
Lewis Gilherme, yes. This is one of those kind of weird scenarios. Now you got Tim Steidten goes to Brazil to pick up a centre back, and apparently he was going to get two other players, but comes back with this kid, and we paid £25 million for him, and he just sat on the bench. I think he's had not even an hour of play under both managers. He sits on the bench, doesn't even play for the academy. Apparently, there's some rumor that he's got a bit of an attitude problem, but then you got to think. I think he's 19, 20 now. He's come to this country to learn how to play football under the Premier League way. how is he supported? So is he lost? Is it a case of like he's not settled? But there's something going on because we've not seen any full time. Like Sunday against Villa. This would be the perfect opportunity to give him a game because we're that stretched. But I can't see it happening.
Mm.
And David, you're right. What you're saying. What is going on? Because no one can give us. There's no clear answers coming out on this one. I mean, obviously there was talk that he was going to be loaned out to some Saudi club, and then you get the opposite of that. But we don't want to sell him. We don't want to kind of loan him out. So why? Why is he just sitting there doing nothing? It just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't at all. He's one of them, like, obviously has bags of potential. Otherwise, you wouldn't have got him. But obviously,
Mm.
like you said, then attitude issue, which is an issue in a lot of players. Like we had Fabio Carvalho, he had an issue
Yeah,
with his attitude. Um, I didn't even think he was going to make it anyway. To be honest with you, I didn't really see much in him. To be honest, everyone was like, "Oh, we need more games and all that, needs more time." But listen, if the attitude ain't there, then you're never going to make it, especially in the Premier League anyway. But just
yeah.
like in any elite sport and all walks of life, if your head ain't there, you can have all the ability in the world. If your head ain't right, then well,
But the thing is, when he has come on and that, you see the kids tried because I think there was a one. What was the game there? Was it against you guys? He had a shot and it hit the post, come off. But when you look at something like that, it's the fact that why is if you're under Potter, because Potter's obviously not afraid to play youngsters. There's an opportunity. Play this kid.
mm,
Let's see what he can do. He's supposed to be the next best thing. And we've seen the clubs he played from before. He's not. He's a tidy little player. But is it an attitude? Is that a rumor? Who knows? But yeah, it's one of those weird and wonderful questions. It'd be one of those when in years to come, you do one of them quizzes, and it'll be asked that question that who was a kid that played for West Ham and that, and basically didn't play a full game, and
mm.
it's going to be one of those. It's weird. I don't know. Just don't.
Who was that guy you had years ago? Got him from United, and everyone was like, "He's the next big thing." Was it Ravel? Was it
However,
Morrison?
Morrison.
Mate, I remember that one goal we scored against Tottenham. We just dinked the keeper. And I think he won
Yeah,
3-0 at White Hart Lane that day.
yeah.
And everyone was like, this is it. This is where we see the upcoming of Ravel Morrison. Because didn't Fergie put him like this mad pedestal that he was going to be like the next big thing or something?
Yeah, he put him on that pedestal, and at the same point, he also said that he had a stinking attitude. He was this and the other. He was blah
There
blah
you go.
blah blah blah. And then we decide we'll take him on, and we'll try and get him on the straight and narrow because obviously Fergie has tried all avenues to get his attitude right, and just couldn't do it. So hence why he came to us. But yeah, even then, again, bags of potential, but at the same point, I think he was a bit lazy.
Mm. And that's it. You need the attitude as well with the ability. Otherwise, it
Hmm.
ain't happening. 100%. Dave reckons he should go to La Liga or Serie A. No point in sitting on the bench in England. Well, yeah,
Yep,
100%. How old is
agree on
he?
that.
How old is he?
I think
Young,
he's
isn't he?
about 19, something like that.
There you go. Get him out on loan while you can.
21.
If he's not, if like you said, he's not even playing in the youth team either.
No,
Just nothing.
it just doesn't make sense.
So where's he getting his sharpness and his fitness from if he's just not getting anything? Do you know what I mean? It's crazy, isn't it? I'm gonna take this hoodie off. I'm sweating. Jeez.
Oh, sorry, no, he's 18. He's
Very
18.
wise of me to wear an hoodie sat right next to a radiator. Do you know what I mean? Jesus Christ, mate, I'm absolutely roasting. But yeah, man, he's 18. Yeah, Jesus
18,
Christ,
yeah.
building West
And
Ham off goals all over it.
definitely got that.
I think so. I mean, Aston Villa this season. Obviously, we'll touch on it more when REMO jumps in. They're still a very good side. Still very tough to beat, especially away. But don't think they're as quite at it as what they were last year, which is fair enough because Champions League football and that a lot of tough games they've been in. Juventus, Bayern Munich. They've been
Mm,
in quite some tough games, haven't they? And it's all new to them.
yep.
It's not new to Unai Emery, but it's definitely new to their players because when was the last time they were actually in Europe before this
Oh,
season?
blimey.
Because they were giants a long time ago, but I mean, of recent times, mate, they were relegated. What, 15, 16 was it?
Yeah.
Something like that. And, they were down in the championship and they had to work their way back up. And even then, when they come up, they had, what was it, Dean Smith, was it? Um,
Dean Smith, bloody hell,
they,
yeah.
they weren't nowhere near the level, were they? And then they had Steven Gerrard, again, nowhere near the level. Bottled the 2-goal lead at the Etihad on the last game of the season. Took Coutinho off. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget it, mate. Why would he take him off? we speak about this every time he's on. Every time he's come on the channel, we ask why did he sub off Coutinho at the Etihad and he was 2-0 up and you were cruising. Do you know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Mate,
Thank you, David.
Absolutely crazy, mate.
Yeah. And I'm same with you, Dave. I've seen clips of him that I've seen the bit where he gets the ball and that spins, turns his body around, drops to his foot, and drives on with it. Got some exceptional talent, the kid. Maybe we'll find out at some point. I mean, you got to hope that. Okay, you could say is it an age thing, but if that's the case, why is he not playing in the academy?
Yeah.
I don't know. It still puzzles me to this day that we signed this kid for 25 million and he's doing bugger all. Yet we signed Fulkrug 31 for the same price, and he's bloody injury. And obviously we're going to lose him for the rest of the season.
Scored a few goals for Dortmund last season as well, didn't he? That Fulkrug guy.
Mm.
Also, I remember he had that what was that guy called? Haller. Sebastian Haller, was it? He's also played for Dortmund as well, hasn't he? He's done okay for them.
Yeah.
Do you reckon you should have kept him, or do you reckon?
I think we should have kept him and Skamaka, but it wasn't the Moyes way.
Been smashing it in Italy, yeah.
Moyes literally just got one up top, and unfortunately, I think some players like them, they needed to work off of someone, and they're not Antonio, and that's what Moyes anticipated them to be like them, and they're not. But as you said, they went on to have moved on, and they were smashing goals for fun.
Yeah. It's just different styles, isn't it? Different styles of play that managers have. Certain players will flourish, certain other players won't as well.
No, exactly. I mean, because I remember when Darren Bent, he was what was he? Charlton, scoring goals for fun. Spurs didn't sign him, and Ramos didn't play him in the same style, and goals dried up overnight. And they'd say, like, is he the better player?
Bit like when we signed Benteke from Villa.
God,
Benteke was amazing at Villa, and you know what, mate? I was all for that signing. I was made up with that. I was like, you know what, proper goal scorer. I like him. He's a threat quite clearly. But mate, every time we were playing, his biggest asset is obviously his aerial ability, isn't it? Heading, getting in the box. Every time we were putting a cross in, he was stood outside the box. So what's going on there? Do you know what I mean? His IQ just wasn't there when he played for us, mate. Remember that chance he had against Leicester? Oh, 1-0 up in the last minute, and literally there was no goalkeeper in goal, mate. And he still missed. He hit it straight to the defender.
I mean, when you see something like that, it's just
He's doomed, really.
Even as a sit in the fence fan, you watch that and it's like, oh dear me, how the hell can you miss it? There it's
mate,
begging,
I was excited for him as well. You know what
I mean? And again, that's the thing, because he had the potential to be, a good player for you, but as you said, I mean, I'm going back in the like late 80s, early 90s. We signed David Kelly from Leicester. Again, another one, scoring goals for fun. Come to us, and just like Ben Teke, 3 yards out, couldn't even hit with the barn door. Skied it.
But then scores that bicycle kick at Old Trafford. In a nutshell, innit, mate? Mad.
Sums it up.
David reckon he has a higher ceiling than both Bowen and Kudus. I think he's on about Gil here, mate. Listen, you'll never know, though. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, the talent's there. South American ballers, mate. Not to be messed with. Do you know what I mean?
True.
You've got one
Absolutely.
yourself, Paquetá.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this is a bit of a mad question, but obviously with the whole thing that's been going on with him, the betting scandal or whatever, do you think that's affected his performances in any way, or do you think? He is a player, mate. We all know he's a player.
We know he's the potential to be a great player.
Wanted him, didn't he, as well?
That's right. But the betting scandal obviously put it off, and I think his head was turned at that point when he knew City was coming in. Any player at that point would have been. I think the betting thing has kind of affected him a little bit, but at the same point, we know full well most of these players under Lopetegui, and they're just basically down tools. I still say to this day that when Kudus got sent off against Spurs, it was all because he couldn't stand playing under Lopetegui. But you saw other players doing it as well. So yeah, definitely in that situation, I'd say is that. But he seems to be enjoying himself under Potter. He's enjoying himself under Potter. Yeah. You can see, it's coming back slowly but surely. And I'm going to touch on that one as well. So yeah, it seems he's kind of getting some form back. But yeah, I don't. Look, I mean, we're still waiting to find out what's going on with this betting thing because it seems to be longing itself out for some particular reason. I don't know if it's a case of the Premier League trying to make an example and getting as much information as possible because, by all accounts, they want to ban him for life, which is wrong on all levels for any player. I mean, that's someone's career at the end of the day, and you're missing someone, someone's their family and etc. And you're going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, he's good. He's doing all right at the moment, so we can't really fault that. He has the odd hiccup here and there, but he seems to be enjoying himself under Potter at the moment.
That's good. That's really good. Obviously, with the whole Lopetegui thing, when he come in after Moyes, there was a bit of humming and hawing about it. But also, like, how did you feel about getting Lopetegui on board after Moyes? Like, was it the type of manager that, like, well, given your shortlist at the time, who was available for you? Like, who was you after apart from Lopetegui? And then when you ended up getting him,
well, I mean, my choice if we had the opportunity to get him in there would have been Thomas Frank. But I know he's got such a good relationship with the board; they love him, and it would have been hard to prize him away. Lopetegui wasn't my choice, not by a long shot. When you look what happened with Wolves and also the other clubs he was with, it was just mad. So no, not worth it at all, and it proved itself wrong. As it has.
Right. Yeah, man. Nice one. Early doors. You know what? I appreciate your opinion, man. Now, guys, we have the man, the myth, the legend, REMO Reacts. I'm fuming, fam. How are you, lads? How are you getting on, mate? Nice to have you on, and thank you for taking time out, obviously, to jump on with us.
Yeah, no, it's
Obviously,
all good, man.
playing, West Ham on Sunday, a team that you played a couple of weeks
Yeah,
ago.
man. Got him again, back to back.
Yeah. How are you feeling for that game, anyway? Because David Beckhams' goals written all over it. I'm not too sure. I don't know. Tough one to call for me because obviously Villa a hit and miss. West Ham have just got the new manager, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, have you already spoke about it though, or any bit?
We've kind of touched on it a little bit, yeah. But obviously we'd like to hear your input on it as well.
Well, I think we're gonna win. Personally, obviously the last game we played, we was awful. You tell yourself, man, we was awful.
Mm-hmm.
Awful. And obviously the last 20 minutes we picked up, we was, at home as well. It's not good enough, but it's a results business, and that's the main thing is getting the win. And I feel we're gonna get the win again. So, but I know they've got a lot of injuries though. I'm aware.
We haven't. Yeah, we've got a lot of injuries. Yeah, and obviously you've got Mavropanos is suspended, so there's no chance of you guys getting a penalty. So he ain't going to kick one of your players. So you're safe on that one. But yeah, we are stretched. We are definitely stretched.
Yeah. What's Somerville saying? Is he going to be fit or?
Possibility he will be. Okay.
I saw a little stuff about him. He might not be fit. So.
Yeah, there's still a question mark, but they're trying to push him through. I mean, obviously they've showed you pictures today. Jared Bowen back in training.
Oh yeah,
that's good to see.
That's a good sign. That's a good.
I'm
good
surprised that I thought it'd be out longer.
Yeah, I suppose with a foot. I mean, when you look at it, all you got to do with a foot, you got so many bones in a foot. You just strap up with a couple of toes in that, and you cushion the area around where the actual injury is. A couple of injections, and you play through the pain.
He was playing through that injury as well, though, weren't he? What game did he do it in? Who was he playing? Was it us?
Yeah, it was you guys.
Us. Yeah, he went off. Yeah, he was playing through that injury for a while in the game, and then obviously he got too much at one point, and he had to go off, didn't he? But lucky it didn't get any worse for him when he was trying to play through it.
What's your thoughts on the game?
I hate seeing players get injured personally. It's never a nice thing to see. But
what's your thoughts on the game? Actually, the West Ham game.
I mean, if you look at it, I mean, when we played during the FA Cup, it was obviously Potter's first game.
And
that short space of no worries. The short space of time that Potter came in, what was good for any West Ham fan was actually see the boys get together and actually put up a bit of a fight. As you said, Villa didn't look good. We did stretch use, and you could see that Emery on the sideline was pulling his hair out. He was up and down outside the technical area.
Yeah,
he was getting vocal. He was stressed, and that was good. Because as you know, under Lopetegui and that, we just lost all identity altogether. Now, with Potter coming in, he's slowly getting settled in. And that first game, everyone was like, "Well, if that's what we're going to be getting, we'll have more of that, please."
Yeah.
The Palace game we just had on the weekend, that was very suspect because where he went with like 5 at the back at one point, which didn't make sense. But I think if we can get some players in, we like with most clubs now, we need a striker. That without that is the one thing that we do need. Because I was saying to Ant, I mean, we've only got Danny Ings as a forward line.
I've had him before. I know what he's
One's
like.
been mentioned in the comment there from David. West Ham have an obsession with John Duran.
Mate, this one, I mean, it's just crazy because when we could have got him last season, sorry, in the summer window, our owner dilly-dallied and decided to go in with a little cheeky bid, see that Villa's going to say, "Oh yeah, we'll have that," and we'll take that a bid, knowing the potential what the kid's got. So of course it got rejected. Now,
did you want Duran in the summer?
yeah. I mean, if you look at,
you got Fulkrug in the end, didn't it? So I thought
that was like you go to Harrods and that, and you end up buying them in Lidl. That was a situation with that one. You know what I mean?
Don't not Lidl, man.
No, Lidl's good. Yeah, I would say, let me rephrase that. Remember the old Netto stores, yeah? You talk about Netto stores.
I used to high-tie goes Netto, forget that.
but it was the fact that we come in, we did want him. I mean, when you think about it, you see Duran actually do that in one of his
he was doing that, man.
Yeah, and of course
that's his character though. Like he's a very flamboyant. He just wants to play in it. That's all he is.
And any player want to do that. But come this January window, the price was out there, 70 million plus. That's what we want for him. So what does Sullivan go and do? It's 45 million. So Villa look around and say, "What? 45? No, that's the price tag." Okay, no problems at all. Then they come in with 57 million. And it's like, are you dumb? That's the price. That is it. If we were that serious, you want to get him, pay the money, get the kid. But no. So now, as I was saying on one of my shows the other day, as a manager, for me, the team talk's easy. John, you're starting the game, and you're going to bang a couple of goals against West Ham because that's what they think of you.
He ain't going to start. Well,
of course not. We know who's going to start. It's quite obvious.
You never start. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Man, this John Duran is an absolute baller, mate. What a player. But
it's funny as one's just like, obviously, have you not heard about the Saudi stuff as well?
No, I haven't. Fill us in on it.
Well, they're looking to put 80 mil bid in it.
Not surprised.
Like,
money talks, man.
Obviously, I'd rather sell Watkins, but no one ain't coming in for him. So
Watkins is what, 28, 29 now?
28, like yeah. It's 28.
There you
29,
go.
yeah.
There you go. That's a fact there.
Don't worry, we'll come in with that £7.50 bid, and that we'll start off first of all on that and work our way up. We'll be all right. We'll go for him. I think I'll take Watkins. West Ham. I'll take him.
You don't need a striker though, desperately.
100%.
Watkins is decent. Yeah, he's very decent.
Good striker.
Miss sometimes.
He's a good striker.
Sometimes.
Because is his contract coming up for renewal soon, or is it kind of
He's already signed one last year.
Oh, he has signed one. Okay.
And Duran just signed one about 2 months ago. So
yeah, I know the Duran one. He signed that. Yeah.
So obviously, all our players, they're not out of contract, nowhere near. Got like 5 years left. So
wow.
So it's going to be big money if you want to like.
I was going to say.
So that's why. But obviously, have you been linked with any other strikers or West Ham?
We've been signed. The Deep Sea Scrolls. Yeah, we wrote those. Because you got to this thing, yeah, we want all these ITK people and that. Yeah, we're going to sign this. We're going to sign that. The recent one is this. He was supposed to be over the line today. Really, was this Ezekiel Banzuzi? He's a midfielder from OH Leuven. in one of the. I think it's a Belgian or Dutch league.
Oh no, I wouldn't know who he is.
I'm not too sure.
Exactly. Who the hell is this kid? Again, supposed to be pretty
But
decent.
you see me, yeah, I don't really care where you come from, because we got the run from MLS, so there are players out there.
Of course there is. And as long as if they could do a job for your club, you don't care what they are.
That's what I'm saying. I never knew who John Duran was before we signed
Mate,
him.
look at how literally, mate. Like, look at how Brighton do it. They're just getting players from all sorts of all parts of the world, mate, and no one has ever heard who they are. Did anyone know who Caicedo was before he went to Brighton or Carlos Baleba?
Yeah,
you know what I mean, I didn't know who any of these guys were, and he turned them into superstars and just sold them on for a hell of a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? And that is just superb business. I mean, if anything, mate, I'd throw all the money at getting their recruitment staff in rather than actual players. Do you know what I mean?
Their model way Brighton do things, and that is second to none. Yeah, second to none. And every club really, and this is where Brighton can make a couple of quid on this as well. Sell the product, but they're not going to do that obviously because it'll upset their thing. But yeah, model what they do. Get a kid in from nowhere, big him up, improve him, and then before you know it, sell him on for multi-million-pound. It's the way to go.
Crazy, man. I don't know how they do it. Every time as well. It's like people were saying, like, obviously when Graham Potter left Brighton, you had a few of the stars there that were up and coming. You're like, oh, but maybe they'll drop off because it was the manager making them look good. The Zerbi comes in, they're still good. Do you know what I mean? The Zerbi goes, Fabian Hersler comes in, they're still good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or we're getting like new stars out of nowhere every time. Like one player leaves, another one comes up on the horizon. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah.
But Chris has said, how long do you give Graham Potter?
As long as it takes, because I think he's under no illusion that, and when you listen to his press talks, he's under no illusion. He knows what he's got to work with, and he knows obviously the finances, and he knows obviously he's got a squad that's aging. He knows he's got about 7 or 8 players that are due their contracts are finishing or they're retiring. So he knows full well he's got to try and sell to try and bring some people, new people in. And the worst part about it, we've got this Guido Rodriguez that apparently he's unhappy. So why is he still here? He should have gone. You got Fulkrug. We were hoping we could offload him and then buy someone that, and of course he gets injured in the Villa game. So now we've got someone that we can't do nothing with. And we're either going to have to tear up the contract or we've got to kind of let him, sell him to some club for a fraction of the price what we paid for him. It's and it's not Potter's fault at the end of the day. So he's stuck with what he's got, and I think the fans are behind him at this stage because they know full well it's nothing to do with him. It's our owner. That's the problem we've got. And soon we can get rid of him. Sullivan.
With the owner, yeah.
I think with Sullivan, the biggest problem you got there is you got to think when they had Birmingham, they bought Birmingham for a song, sold it on for 80 odd million, and they warned us, be careful what you're going to get with these two. Now, I think our worst case scenario was David Gold passing, because then everything was left to Sullivan, and Sullivan and that we've seen. Even though we've got this Tim Steiden in to get all the business done with all the transfers. That's gone a separate pathway there because it looks like he's out the door. He's fractured relationships with most of the managers he's worked under, Moyes, Lopetegui, with Potter. Not so much with him, but it's a case of don't turn up at the training ground. You're not welcome there because you're trying to put your authority on it, and it's like it's easier, not yours. You're there to get players in, not to work out on the team. So with Sullivan, he's actually controlling all the transfer business by all accounts. So I think we're getting this. Obviously, I think it's Macaulay from Chelsea. So there's a tie-up with Potter in this respect. So I think he's going to help out with the recruitment side with them. So maybe there's going to be a chance there. But at this stage, Steiden looks like he's on his way out. But it's going to be Sullivan, and Sullivan is tight as arseholes, basically. Well, we've seen that with the Duran.
Owner's really bad then.
Yeah, Sullivan. I mean, don't look. This is where you got that kind of double-edged sword because he spent the money in the summer. We've got 10 players in. Obviously, one's a loanee in that, so he spent the money in that respects. But then when you look at what we actually bought, And certain, like, Kilman, we paid 40 million for Kilman. A lot of people saying that's a lot, we overpaid for someone like that. Fulkrug, lastminute.com, 25 million for a 31-year-old. And then you've got to look at some of the other players. We get in Guido Rodriguez, all because he's an ex. He's won Copa America. He's won with Argentina. So let's sign him up because that's going to be great for the club.
So do you feel like you wasted a lot of money on some of the players?
Absolutely.
Like, I like Kudus. He had a great season last year.
Absolutely.
But obviously, certain fans will probably get frustrated. Like, why is he not performing in it?
Lopetegui.
It's a team game, though. It's not just a bunch of
Even Lopetegui will actually fight him, weren't he? At one point.
You know what annoyed me the most?
Surprised, Lopetegui to
though.
me doesn't exactly command respect, does he? Sorry, Remo, go on.
Yeah, just a quick one. What frustrated me the most, he never played his best team, man. Locatelli. Why is Tabido on the bench throughout the whole season? I don't get it.
I know. Tadibo didn't even like him either. Apparently, you can just tell, by the players' reactions. Every time he's just, mate, you can see it nearly every game, like all the spouts that were going on the sidelines and all that. Tadibo.
I listened to one of Lopetegui's press talks. And I'm making some comments in the chat. People were making comments, and this man's talking away, and you can hear and some other bits and pieces. And all of a sudden, the people in the chat said, "Does anyone know what he's talking about? Can anyone understand him?"
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, someone put a comment in the chat. If we're struggling to understand him, what are the players doing?
Yeah.
He's saying a lot, but he's actually saying nothing at the same time.
Exactly. It was literally ring of roses. It was literally going around and going around and going around. And he should have gone in the Leicester game. After that Leicester game, he should have gone then.
The 3-1, yeah.
Mm.
Was this true? This is actually true as well. I spoke to Mike, didn't I? Apparently, you never won 2 consecutive games all season while he was in charge.
That's
but
right.
You got the odd win here and there, like the Newcastle one away, which was maybe
every time they threatened. It was one of those. Every time they threatened to get rid of him, they'll pull it out of the bag, and then Sullivan will go, "We give him one more go."
A bit like Ten Hag at United.
He was looking at Newcastle game.
Like Ten Hag,
he was lucky because I got a cousin who supports Newcastle in it, and obviously, I was surprised that you won away. Crazy.
I mean that game there. I mean, not being funny. Obviously, what was interesting, obviously, his dad was in a bad way because when the camera panned around to Lopetegui, everyone was supported. Like, what's happened to him? He's had a night on the tiles. His hair was all over the place. He had full growth going on. He looked tired, and it's because he was kind of travelling from England to see sort his dad out because his dad obviously eventually passed. But as you said, that game. We actually outplayed Newcastle. I mean, that's the one standout game under his reign because no one expected that result against Newcastle.
Yeah, I remember. We played the opening game of the season as well. We was better than you.
Yeah.
Remember that game, that opening game?
Yeah. I did the watch along for that first game, weren't it? You beat them 2-1 away. And I said to, obviously, early doors before, I said, you'd see an identity, at least with the manager's first game in charge, like when we played Tottenham in 2015, and we had the likes of Kolo Touré and Conor Randall and like Jordan Ibe in the squad, but at least we could see what he was trying to implement in the first game. With the Lopetegui game, first game of the season, mate, I was just sat there and I was like, this ain't a good game to watch from a West Ham perspective, in my opinion, anyway. Because I watched the whole 90 minutes.
Yeah, so I predicted a loss for that game, that opening game. I thought we'd lose.
Because he had a great window, didn't he? And I predicted West Ham to be up here this season, but
everyone did. That was the thing. Everyone kind of got bought into this. Blimey, we've actually done business early. We're getting these players in early, kind of thing. We're setting the benchmark, and of course, then there's some of the pre-season friendlies coming on, and it's suddenly a case of like, that didn't look great that game, and we're seeing this, and why was he doing that? And then also these question marks being asked. And of course, the first opening game, and you see that, and straight away, it had the fans thinking, "This is this what we've got to come?" And the rest of it was,
spot on.
Was written.
Yeah, you could see it straight away. Of course you could. Remo, I said before earlier in the stream that obviously Aston Villa this season, you're still a very tough side to beat. You're still a very good side. Obviously, you haven't been as electric as you was last year. You know, when it was it like you won like 10, 11, 12, 13 games, home games on the bounce, something like that.
Yeah,
Obviously,
did a
this
good work.
season you haven't been as you haven't come out the blocks as much, but that's because you're in the Champions League as well. This is like your first time playing in it for God knows how long. It's not new to the Unai Emery, but it is to the players. And you've had some tough games. Bayern Munich, Juventus. By the way, you got robbed in that game. Juventus, that should have been a win, 1-0.
The last minute.
Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Obviously, Monaco the other night, you had them. You've been doing it, mate, and you're still looking like you're going to qualify in the Champions League. Let's be real. Who's your last game to Celtic?
At home.
Yeah, you'll win that, mate. Brendan Rodgers, yeah, you'll do them. He's a serial bottler. I can tell you that from a Liverpool fan.
I feel like you got flashbacks when you said that, you know.
Oh, dearie me. Brendan Rodgers, man. Come on.
But,
Let's talk about Brendan Rodgers when we went 3-0 up against Crystal Palace in 2014. And because we were chasing Man City for the league, there was a chance that we could have went above them on goal difference, and we were like 10 goals behind them. And he threw the kitchen sink at them when we were 3-0 up, and we drew 3-0.
Suarez was crying.
Tony Pulis done a masterclass that night. Come back from 3-0 down. I couldn't believe it. Oh,
I remember that. Suarez was crying.
Mate, it was done. It was done. Awful. That is Brendan Rodgers for you, mate, and he'll bottle it again.
What do you like Red Villa though? You think we're good?
Yeah, I do.
I think you got the right manager. That's for sure. You know, and
defense is a bit poor though, but yeah, you're still good.
Yeah, there's still areas to be worked on, but I think when you look at it, I mean, obviously,
big up Chris.
When you played, big up Luca. When you played, obviously Arsenal, it was one of those, and the ego of Arteta had to get one over on Emery, because obviously everyone says that when he won the FA, the trophy, and that got the community shoulder is Emery's team. Yeah, exactly. So of course he had to put that to bed, and he still does it to this day. It's one of those.
Emery's got his number. Man.
Cool, and you know, I think he's, like I said, he's the right fit for Villa. They've spent quite a fair bit of money on, so they've backed him. And yet, last season they was a lot better. This season, again, you've had the same thing. You've had some injuries in, which most teams this season have had, but there's still a style. You can tell Villa play some good football.
Yeah, obviously, when I do my reactions when we lose and that, I do go a bit mad in it, but like it's justified. Because I know my team can be in it, so.
Yeah, because I've just.
We're not playing. You just said it yourself. Villa was better last season. We ain't even played how it was. So.
No.
But the European football, though, is where you find out how good they can be. Do you know what I mean? And you're doing well, mate. You're doing well. You're still well in for the chance of top four.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel you see, like this second half of the season now, we're gonna pick up now. Yeah. I feel we're gonna pick up. We signed Marlon. We've got other players might be coming in. So we're gonna pick up slowly and get more points and so on. Man. We're gonna kick on.
Chris says, I don't know what Lopetegui is. He keeps getting jobs for no reason at all. Also knew he would be marriage made in hell with West Ham owners straight away.
Well, you asked that question earlier on, like, the managers who, what choice would you have to replace Moyes? By all accounts, Sullivan already had him in as a manager, but he had him virtually in the job 6 months prior.
Who were your options, though, at the time? Who was on the shortlist?
I mean, they was looking at Conceição. They was looking at Allegri. They was looking at, obviously, him. They looked at, obviously, they had the thing with Amarin. He came over to it and had a chat with him as well.
Yeah.
Who's the other one? I'm trying to think. There's another one. There's another man.
I never heard Allegri, on my side. I just heard Amarin.
There's Amarin, Allegri. What was the other one? Terzic, which was obviously used to be number 2 to Slaven Bilic when he was manager there, and Honis as well. They considered him, but by all accounts, that was just all paper talk because Sullivan already had Lopetegui as his number 1.
Would you have Would you have kept Moyes if you knew he'd be like this?
I think it was time for him to go.
AK.
Big up
Big up
AK.
AK.
I think for me personally, Moyes was already told that last season before he went that he was his contract wasn't going to be renewed because his style of play, his attitude, the way he kind of did things was completely different to the last couple of years. You know, we've got the Europa Conference, and I think he was told then he weren't going to be getting his contract renewed, even though one was put in front of him, apparently ripped up in front of him. A new one was put out there, and that's when he said he moved on. But I still say that he was told before the season started his contract was going to be renewed. But you know the old saying, Remo, bet the devil you know.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean.
Have you got to play Everton as well?
Yeah, we've got to play them as well.
Where?
Go on, trying to make myself
If it's Goodison Park,
Goodison, it is Goodison. Because I remember the 0-0.
I
remember the
I'm
0-0.
going to be fixated on that screen. I'm going to be watching.
I remember the
That's gonna
0-0.
be mad.
I remember the
That's a
0-0 at
big
the London
game.
Stadium, mate. One of the worst games I've ever seen. The 0-0
That's a big
couple months
game.
ago.
That's a big game. That is.
15th of March, we were at Goodison.
Oh, that's going to be mad. That's going to be a great game.
Just beat Tottenham as well, didn't he? But everyone's beating Tottenham, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Everyone's doing Tottenham in.
We got Tottenham FA Cup as well after this game.
You know, after Villa Park, innit? You'll do that. You'll win them.
I
One after the 4-1.
I don't hate Spurs, but they piss me off. They're like an annoying fly.
The jammy aren't they? They just
look
got
at that annoying fly in the room. We're just like, yo.
Yeah.
Keep like beating us on. But
mate, speaking of injury crises, though, look at Tottenham. Wow. That is insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is insane.
That's
but
like
there's no excuse to be 15th, though. There's no excuse to be 15th. I know there's a lot of injuries, but come on. Jesus Christ. That is atrocious, man. Let's be real.
Like, in the Prem, because it's so competitive, I can understand because.
But he's so naive, the manager.
I don't take no game for granted, you know. Like, even if I play like Southampton, I'm like, yo, we got to be on our game. You can't slack. So every game's tough. So I understand when you got Van der Ven out, Ramiro, you got Solanke out. You've had who else has been out? A couple of the midfielders. Like I know Bentancur had a few issues.
Matasar's out, Basuma's out,
like,
Solanke's now out for 6 weeks. That come out today.
Exactly. Yeah. There's about 8 got even who's the left back? Adogi as well. He's been out as well.
He's been out as well. Yeah.
The goalkeeper. Oh my God! There's just so much players.
Yeah. When you spoke about Southampton and saying, you'd have to be on your A game to beat them, the chat can back me up on this. I said this time ago. When Sky Sports put that graphic out saying Liverpool's next 10 big fixtures, and we had Leverkusen, Villa, Man City, Real Madrid, Southampton away was in there.
Yeah.
I said, guys, guess what our hardest game will be? Southampton away. And they nearly got one over on us.
They did indeed.
3-2. They were actually winning that game 2-1. And I was sat here on the watch on going, I told every single one of you that this was the banana skin out of all the fixtures. I was losing my rag, mate.
Yeah, I watched that game. That was a Sunday game, that was. I remember that.
But, mate, it was so predictable. That is Liverpool in a nutshell. Do you know what I mean? That was the hardest game out of the whole running. I don't care what anyone says it was. Do you know what I mean? Villa, Man City, Real Madrid, 2-0, all of them. We beat Leverkusen 4-0, which does not get spoken about at all for some reason. And then Southampton was our banana skin, and it really was.
The Southampton manager they got now kind of thing. I mean, if you look at it, I think most fans are probably ruined. Why didn't we get him in earlier? Because his style apparently wants to do rock and roll football, and against you guys and that they did look pretty decent, and they did nearly cause an upset. You know what I mean? They nearly did that, but. As Remo said there, that you look at this league table and it's so tight because you get a couple of wins. I mean, if you look at the moment, Man United are just above us because obviously a goal difference. Spurs are below us, but you get a couple of wins under your belt. Before you know it, mate, you're kind of like 10th or 8th. That's how tight this table is at the moment.
It's the same in the top 4 as well. Like Aston Villa, Brighton, Bournemouth, Newcastle, Fulham as well. You know what I mean? They're all going at it. Like you said, then early doors a couple of wins and then. You're in for the shout then, do you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. But even the championship as well, that is exactly the same. It's as tight up. I think the top 10, 12, that's how close it is. Just a couple of results in that, and before you know it moves.
And this is like what you just said then. Like imagine Aston Villa lose the next 2 league games, you win your next 2. You're then 1 point behind Villa. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. It's mad.
It's fine
Sorry, not 1
margin.
point. No, well, not 1 point. It'd be 4 points behind Villa. Sorry.
Yeah, but 4 points ain't a lot
But
though,
still,
really.
though. Yeah, but
It's
still,
not a
it's
lot.
not. It's not at all. Like even us being top of the league now, like a lot of people are very confident that we'll still go on to win the league. I'm quite unsure, mate, because like you said, then a couple of dodgy results, some draws, which is what we tend to do a lot in our title races.
You
I
do
mean,
your
other
blip,
teams
aren't you?
capitalise.
You're due your blip. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
squeaky
You
bum
haven't got it
time is
yet.
coming. Do you know what I mean? And look, I don't fully trust the team to get over the line at the minute. I feel like it needs a lot of improvement. I've been saying this since the summer. That left back situation is crucial. I'm really not going to lie. Robertson is not the guy he once was. He's too rash, making silly mistakes every week. Centre back issues very thin at the minute. Gomez is injury prone, so is Canate's playing through. Playing through painkillers at the minute. Van Dijk, he's still amazing, but even he's a bit slippery as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alisson, since he's come back, he's been awful. Kelleher's been better than him this season. It's been a fact. Alisson's been terrible since he's come back. Maybe they're looking to get rid of him to Saudi, so Mohamed Ashreli comes in. I don't know. It's just it's all a bit weird at our club at the minute, especially with the contracts
I've already
as well.
told you, I've got City winning it, innit? I may be mad, but yeah, I do.
Mate, but honestly, there's some logic
You
behind that
should be
because we know
winning
what
it, though.
City do. We know what City do.
Team,
Second half of the
look how
season,
you've been playing.
I know, but when I watch City, like their midfield without Rodri, it's such a massive miss because they're getting played through the middle of the park so easily. It's like one or two passes, then the other team's in. Look at Leicester the other week when they won 2-0. How many chances did Leicester have to score? Jamie Vardy he's just not that guy anymore, is he? But Man City would never get carved open as easy as that. So they can be got at PSG the other night absolutely battered them. When they went 2-0 down, they just said, you know what, we're going to start playing football now. And PSG
obviously they've signed that centre back in it from that French team.
Yeah.
Obviously he looks good still. I can't lie.
Mamouche as well. Got him as well.
But midfield's the issue. If they get Douglas Luiz on loan, maybe that will help them a little bit. Because that's
I feel
that's
if
the
they don't get that 6, they'll probably play like a Kanji there, like they did with Stones. Remember
Mate,
they did with
6
Stones?
is such an important position.
I think they might try to play that type of.
Look how bad we were 2 seasons ago. Remember when Fabinho was just washed completely? And then I think it was 22-23, and we were just getting battered all the time. Do you know what I mean? Every game, and we had such an off season. It was after that season that we nearly went for the quad, and then the season after, we just completely capitulated fully.
Yeah, they need a 6 though. Hopefully the
most important position, mate. It really is.
They need a 6. They do.
It keeps the team ticking over. It really does. A 6, mate.
But Douglas Luiz, he's not defensive though. I don't get that though.
Would you take him back for the last half of the season, Remo?
No, I don't need him. I got Tielemans. I got Onana. Who else have I got? I don't need him.
Got Ross Barkley and John McGinn.
I forgot about Ross Barkley, He's injured right now, but he's been phenomenal though. Can't lie.
How did you feel when you heard that you was going to be signing Onana, man? Did you feel yourself, oh Jesus Christ, not the goalkeeper? Did you think that first of all?
I didn't want Onana, I wanted a more technical player as an 8, me personally, because I saw what Onana brings in the Prem, and he's been a lot better than what I thought, to be fair. But I wanted someone more technical. I wanted that Emerson from Atlanta, to be fair.
Yeah, that's not a bad shot.
I wanted him.
But I could get. I mean, we looked at Onana, but he decided to join Everton. So they got what they wanted. But yeah, again, he's one of those that can do something in the middle of the park. He may not be technically gifted, but he puts himself about. He's got aerial height. He's not bad. He can do a nice turn on the ball as well. So I can understand why they
aerial threat on the box as well. Set pieces. And defending, like attacking and defending. So yeah,
it's just mad as well though, because like we were speaking before as well. We said obviously Champions League for you this season. It wasn't like recently you were relegated as well, 15-16. Do you know what I mean? You had to rebuild. You had to rebuild and come back up with Dean Smith.
And sell our best players too.
Man, Jack Grealish and all that. You know what I mean?
We had to, and Douglas Luiz and Diaby, we had to sell as well. So
yeah, Dean Smith comes in. This is less than a decade ago.
I don't think people understand how hard it is. You've been relegated before West Ham. You know how hard it is to come back up and try to rebuild. People don't give like credit for that though. I don't like.
No.
I don't understand. Man.
He's a powerhouses again now. Put it that way. Do you know what I mean? European
Like
football. With the top
who's been
manager.
to the Championship and gone Champions League? Like no one except for Leicester. No one don't do that though.
No, it's all right. Yeah.
Newcastle as well.
But you look like you're going to be
more...
you look like you're going to be sustainable as well in the Champions League because
Yeah.
obviously the top 4 race is on. It really is.
Like we're
And
definitely going to
obviously-
get Europe next season, 100%.
Yeah,
We're gonna get
100%, man.
Yeah.
I was surprised Olympiacos turned it over in the Conference League last season. I really was because I thought you were favourites to win that
So
the whole competition.
I was
And
mad.
obviously
that
Olympiacos went on to win it, didn't he?
I wasn't on
think
YouTube then. I was doing
Fiorentina.
TikTok, but obviously, yeah, man, that was not good, man. Not good. That's what I'm saying. West Ham have won it. I know you was happy. You was.
I mean, when you think we finished 14th that season, yeah. But cup competitions are different from league performances, and I think you look at that's where Moisey found his kind of niche. You know, you think 3 years in Europe, we got.
You done good in Europa as well, though, last season.
Yeah, definitely.
You got to Leverkusen, didn't you? And then obviously they weren't too strong.
But this is the thing. I mean, semis, quarter, win it and a quarter. So it's not a bad achievement for 3 years, considering who is West Ham at the end of the day. So people were kind of wow, he's got that. But yeah. Oh, sorry, I just stopped there because they're showing that Arteta thing again.
Did you see that today, Remo? Have you seen it?
Say again.
It's the question that he got asked in his press conference today by one of the journalists.
Nah, I've not been on my phone all day. I'll be honest.
Mate,
when you finish this, go and watch it. Yeah.
Because I hate Arsenal, innit? I'm telling you, I hate Arsenal, so.
He doesn't like
Arsenal. You've got to watch what he's. This journalist asked him this question and he plays dumb. What do you mean? I don't understand the question, kind of thing. Basically, it's like you need a striker. You need a striker.
Yeah.
What do you mean? How do you know what I need? Kind of. I don't understand what you're saying. But he was vexed. He was kind of got an angry face going on, kind of thing.
Mate, he's never allowed back in there ever again after today. By the way,
That's
exactly. He's gonna get a ban. That reporter.
Oh man, yeah.
He's never allowed back in.
It was great watching it.
Yeah, because
do you hate Arsenal as well?
Fairy tale narrative, don't they? Do you know what I mean? They need proper.
It's that delusional arrogance that they've got. It's that that kind of greater than now kind of stigma that they've got. They think they're entitled to this, that, and the other. No. At the end of the day, he's. I wouldn't say he. I say the players. I won't say Arteta because his man management skills are zero. There's nothing at all with this man when it comes to that thing. I mean, I do a show with an Arsenal fan and a Man United fan on a Wednesday. And the Arsenal fan tells me the newest thing that he's got them doing, he's playing the samba music in the training ground. And then, apparently before the game, they do yoga.
Do they?
So not only doing light bulbs, playing You Never Walk Alone.
Yeah, I remember that.
For pickpocketing, wallets and this and the other, squeezing lemons in the changing room. Now you got this.
And they got that fucking dog as well, that Win.
And Win the dog. It's
hey, what team had a dog called Win? Like,
I mean,
I'd
be embarrassed. I'd be embarrassed. My club got a fucking dog called Win.
And I guarantee you, it's Arteta that named the dog. Guarantee you it.
Yeah. Nailed on, mate. 100%. Nailed on. It was him who named the dog.
Imagine Sir Alex Ferguson having like a dog called Win or Mourinho, Jose. Yeah, man. I got this dog, man.
Yeah.
I feel like football's a bit more like, especially with like all the younger fans and all that, it's a bit more like fairy tale orientated, isn't it? A little bit. Because
I don't make you win though. I don't get it.
Yeah. You know what? Just get on the pitch and win. Who cares? Like actually win. Don't buy a dog called Win. Actually get results and win something.
We actually win the title kind of thing rather than bottle it every single time. It's just.
It. But a lot of the young fans seem to think that second place or whatever is some sort of achievement. Yes, it's okay, but you're not winning nothing from it. Do you know what I mean? It's not a trophy.
No one remembers second. Yeah, no one remembers
second. Place is first. It's second place is first loser, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So
no, I remember when Arsenal was second though. I definitely remember that.
They're always coming second.
I remember that.
Oh yeah, I think we're all quick to remind Arsenal fans when it comes to that kind of thing. I mean,
Do you remember
like,
that? Remember when you won the Conference League that season? They were saying that Arsenal had a better season than West Ham. Remember that debate?
yes,
How
yes,
is that
yes.
possible though?
Like,
Do you know what I mean?
to me, they didn't win anything. So how's that an achievement? You won.
Because it's Arsenal, isn't it? You know,
That's any other
that's it.
club. They'll just say you had a better season. That's it. They'll leave it.
Fair play to them. They won the
Yeah.
Europa Conference kind of thing, blah, blah, blah. But no, we are talking about Arsenal. And like I said to you, that greater than now. Doesn't matter what you did. We played better. Yeah. What did you win? That's not the point. We played better. Nah.
Yes, you had the better season than the team that finished second and won nothing, or the team that won the Conference League, a European trophy, something that your team can't do, and also derailed your title charge when you were 2-0 up at the London Stadium.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And West
Yeah,
Ham
well,
got a 2-2 out of it.
you know, Liverpool did the same. Because when you,
2-0 down,
I mean, you know, you got to think when they poked the bear, and the Liverpool fans piped up, and then also you went back and went and drew 2-2, and that was the best thing ever. Xhaka stoked the bear. They had you over the coals. You had no answer, and then up steps Xhaka, and then it was a case of here we go again, and then you see you do it. So I think it was Southampton and us. All three teams 2-2 with Liverpool. That's with Arsenal and that, and it's a case of that cost them.
Mate, that
Happy
was crazy,
days.
that game, because remember when Konate had that, when he chested it, literally on the keeper's line, and Ramsdale just about pushed it out, and then they went up the other end with Martinelli and Saka. That was their Michael Thomas moment, lads, on this present day, and they failed it, mate. They failed it, because that would have been identical to Michael Thomas, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Just a bit earlier, do you know what I mean? Because that was the last game, obviously 89, weren't it? But I said this to Lee when I went over to us in Spain. I said that was your Michael Thomas moment in the present day. And he bottled it, mate, because Martinelli can't put a pass together properly. Because he overhit it, didn't he? And then Alisson
he did, yeah, that's right.
But mate,
I think
one simple pass. That was it.
That's all it takes. But again, that's the problem with them. You think about it, yeah. I think who's it they played? I'm trying to think the other day. It showed you in the final third, I think it was, Arsenal completed 212 passes to the other team's 6. I'm trying to think who the team was there. The 6. And still didn't get anything out of it. You know.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Serial bottlers, though, that's what they are. That's what Arsenal are.
I got a few Arsenal people.
I'd love to be in a position right now in terms of the quality of players I got, but they just overhype themselves, innit?
But with the fans though, it's mainly the younger ones that are just putting this stupid narrative out there that like this second place and all that is a load of, you know, it's a good thing, it's an achievement and all that. But you've got proper Arsenal fans like Arsenal history and more.
Jez,
Ken and all that. Jez, Jez, that's his name. Yeah. Oh, you know, we'll try and get Jez on next time anyway. We'll see if we can get him on because he'll be good to have on. Because he's a proper fan. He's seen it all, hasn't he? But yeah, he'll tell you.
It's the manager again, though, isn't it? Because not only is the fact of all light bulbs and this and the other and that, it was the weather, the wind. The wind stopped us winning the game.
Klopp said that against Everton a few seasons ago.
Yeah, there's that as well. And then the recent one, the football, because the football's different in the cup that is in the Premier League.
Oh, the Carabao Cup ball, man, come on!
It's still spherical. It's still round. It's still it's a ball. It's still a football. These are pro players. They're supposed to be able to deal with all these type of things.
He should be getting sent off more, that Arteta, though. We've seen him the amount of times he's outside his technical area, apples and pears and all that, do you know what I mean?
Do you remember he got done the first game of the season when they said about, any managers abusing the technical thing, you're going to get a card. And he kind of waved to the linesman, okay, give me a card then. Fair enough. Bang, there you go, you got your card. But yeah, that's the one thing. My instruction to my boys and that, I say, if he's outside that technical area and that, just kick the ball into him or do a slide tackle and take him out. That's the way you're going to know the man's going to get himself back in that box, because the referee's not doing nothing about it, because
talking about managers, Emre ain't going to be on the touchline, by the way.
I do.
Yeah, he had that card last game.
Of course, yes, yeah. Because that's true. Yes, yeah.
You're going to have no manager.
That's even Stevens there, isn't it? No, I'm joking. We're still.
You never know. It's a one-off game, so.
It's
You
true,
played
isn't
well
it?
last time you come here, so. And that was
A
with
question what we always like to ask Remo. Why does Steven Gerrard bring Coutinho off when he was 2-0 up at the Etihad? Still haunts me to this day, by the way. Still haunts me. I was in the pub with my granddad and all his mates watching it. When Coutinho scored to make it 2-0, mate, I jumped out the chair. I was celebrating. The whole pub was going off. And I was like, this is it. This is finally it. Where City choke it and lose it. And then he subs him off and then loses 3-2. What's going on? Why did he do it?
That's mad. That could have been your title, man.
Good old Steven Gerrard is a curse, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? He just
How
is,
many?
let's be honest.
Before I go, I gotta go in a minute. How many title charges have you had? And you've come close, like extremely close.
18-19 was very unlucky. That was 97 points and we still didn't win it. That is unheard of.
Was that
If you
the
get 97
Gerrard
points,
slip?
you should be winning it.
Is that the Gerrard slip?
13-14 was the slip. Actually, let's go back to 08-09. Was in United going for it. Makeda scoring that goal against Aston Villa. You know, that was,
that goal.
Yeah, okay, that was
That's
one.
one.
Yeah, that's one. 13-14, Gerrard slip. You know, when we had the best attack in the league, but the worst defense at the same time. Brendan Rodgers for you. Martin Scale had like six own goals, and he had like 10 goals at the same time. That's how crazy the season was. We had like 3 different SASs as well. We had Suarez and Sturridge, Sterling and Suarez, Skrtel and Sturridge. You know what I mean? For our goals. Another one, 18-19, 97 points. Very unlucky not to win that. 21-22 was very unlucky. Do you know what I mean? I think that season we lost to West Ham as well, 3-2. When David Moyes was in charge. Trent scored the free kick and then they went 3-1 up. Well, they were 1-0 up anyway, weren't they? You went 1-0 up.
Yeah.
Is that the Coutinho?
4 nows. No, Coutinho winning the team then. 4 nows scored that day. Zuma scored. Sadio Mane had a point blank header in the last minute, headed it wide to make it 3-3. Yeah, that was the same season we missed a penalty against Leicester as well. And we lost. And yeah, man. And last season, put me all flying high, and then we just completely crumbled in the crunch end of the season. So hopefully we don't crumble again this year.
That's 5.
Or I'm just
5 out,
I'm done.
5 out the 6 for you. 1-1 in COVID, isn't it?
Yeah, it's yeah.
That's
but the league was already won in January that season, weren't it? Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
Because we were like 20 points clear or something like that. Ridiculous.
You're nervous, yeah. End of the season, you're nervous. You're
of course, I am. I'm nervous now. Do you know what I mean? I'm nervous for tomorrow.
You got PTSD, mate.
Oh, yeah. That's why I'm not excited. This is why I don't get excited.
You can't sleep. It's going to get worse the more games you get to the end of the season. It's going to get worse.
Everton away in a couple of weeks. That's where I'm getting nervous.
You scared of City though? Are you still scared of City?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we see what City can do. They can win like 20 games in a row. No drama.
And I believe that. I believe the world. That's the maddest thing. That's how I got to win the league. That's why.
You got to remember, City always comes. You know, even though they've had the blip recently, City always seem to be stronger in the second half of the season.
Did you see that stat that they had? You saw the stat?
No.
Which one?
How much points they've dropped up until this point over the seasons, the last like 5 seasons. It's like 1 point from last year, like literally 1 point.
Wow.
Yeah, but
no one doesn't know that.
I've never seen them this vulnerable before. Like how easy it is to
when I saw that stat, I was like, "Wow, it's only 1 point." Imagine that.
Obviously, when you played them, Remo, you beat them. You beat them 2-1, weren't it? You're 2-0 up, weren't you?
Yeah.
And obviously, early doors, you played them at the Etihad as well. Obviously, at the London Stadium as well. You were lucky that game, the home one. But I didn't watch the Etihad one where you lost away.
They played well. West Ham played well, man.
Yeah, how did you play that game? So I never watched it.
We played well, but it was just a case of like.
But you could have scored a couple, definitely.
Should have scored. Just ran out of steam, ran out of ideas, and City. That's what they do, and against us, and that they always seem to have fun when it comes to against us. So yeah,
100%, man. And it's Ipswich at home tomorrow. I'm not taking it for granted. Everyone's like, that's an easy win at home. It's not though, is it? Let's be honest. Forest was meant to be an easy win before they come good. Look what happened there. You know what I mean?
I mean, look, that's the team of the season so far is Forest.
Yeah, I'm going to subscribe to your channels or early doors football.
I've already done
Yeah,
it to
man.
you as well, Remo.
If anyone
Yeah, I'm gonna-
hasn't, check out these guys' channels as well.
I'm gonna dip.
Legendary
I'm gonna
content.
dip, man. It's been
Thank
a
you.
pleasure, though, man.
And you
I've
as well,
enjoyed it.
mate. And
Brother, thank
may
you
the
for
best
jumping
team
on.
lose.
I
Yeah,
don't
may
want
the
to
best
lose,
team.
man. I don't want to lose, man. I need 3 points. I need a happy weekend, man. Nice,
No,
have a
of
nice
course, of
drink,
course.
get 3 points. Amen.
Yeah. No, big up.
Yeah, man.
Good chatting with you. So I've subbed to your channel as well already. So and I've seen the kind of when you lost the plot. Not bad at all. It's not, it's quite mellow. It's quite mellow. It's
I
good.
get upset, man. I get upset, but I'm a fan of the game. I love the game.
What's
So
the Tottenham one when they got beat 4-1? That's a good one.
I'll have to look back at that when we finish.
yeah, man. I'll definitely subscribe back to your
Thank you,
channel.
mate.
So it's been
Appreciate
a pleasure.
Remo,
I'm
thank
still
you
gonna do
for
some more
coming on,
videos
mate.
in the future as well, man. 100%.
Yeah, definitely. Look forward
Nice
to
to
that.
link up and see other people, different fans and different opinions. It's nice. So.
Well, we'll do
That's what it's
this
all about,
again.
innit?
We'll do this again. We'll do this again. Like I said
Yeah.
before, we'll try and
So
we'll get Jez on next time. Early doors, maybe.
How many shows have been on
Yeah.
with you now? Ant? Like 3, 4 now.
I think this is our third, or fourth.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
it's the third. Yeah.
It's good. That's what it's all about. Supporting each other and and developing things. It's good. That's what it's all about.
How long have you been in
brilliant.
YouTube for, by the way?
Just over a year now. So I started. Was
Okay.
it May, June? May, June last year. I started.
Yeah. Okay. That's good, though, man. It's good.
Yeah, good work, man. And it's fun as well. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
I'm
sub
still
to the
new,
channels
man.
always. Come on.
I'm still
Let's
new.
go.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, man.
Let's go. And also sub to Chris's channel, guys, if you haven't as well. He does a lot of content, boxing, football. He's a Carlisle content as well. Liverpool also, if you're into that. But yeah, man, good channels as well. Good channels all around.
Yeah, man.
Obviously tonight it's a Friday night. I'm getting through the Christmas beers, the ones
Happy
that
days.
have been left. Yeah, man, because for Christmas, all I got, mate, was just ale. That was it. Just loads of IPA and loads of pale ale. So I'm getting through the last little bits of them. But yeah, man, guys, look, it's been a
Look,
belter.
man. Later, guys. Yeah, man.
Yeah, take it easy. Yeah.
Gonna wrap it up here. And guys, peace out. Thank you for coming on.
No, you're welcome, man.
Before we go though, let people know what you got coming up.
So I'm probably going to do a watch along for the Villa game, and then in the evening time it will be the Sunday night takeaway. My regular show I do on a Sunday night at 8:00, and of course we'll be back on
Good
Wednesday for the good, the bad, and the ugly with Anthony and Hot Fuzz, where we're going to talk about our teams respectively, and then back on Thursday we'll West Ham, which is the West Ham review, where we talk about the games and obviously the transfer business. And we also talk about former West Ham players. So they call it Green Street Elites, because obviously Upton Park, Green Street, where we talk about old, so that one, what we got, who we picked for that one. What did Jeff say he wanted? God, I've got him head now. It's one of the old players, one that we don't really kind of big up so much. He's one of those, he's gone for someone that we don't, that did well, but wasn't in the limelight. And I can't remember who the bloody hell his name is.
Yeah, man. Hull just scored 2-0.
Yeah, I just seen the goal there. Chris is saying, bloody hell, taking your time with them beers.
You know what? I like to enjoy my beer. Do you know what I mean? I like to, I appreciate it. Like obviously pale ales and all that. I'm into my IPAs and I just like to appreciate them. I don't want to, get them down me, rush them. I'm not that type. I just want to.
Nice. Let me just find his. Let me just find his Chris's thing and
let's get arms to 400. Yeah, man, it's the goal.
Yeah, absolutely,
we'll
man.
We'll get there soon, man. We'll get there. I only started in the Euros. That just went in the summer. I think my first team was Spain and Italy.
Chris, just to let you know, I've also just subbed to your channel as well, Chris.
Yeah, early doors to 900 and Memo to 200. Yeah, man, let's do
Thank
it.
you. Thank you, sir.
But
Thank
early
you.
doors, obviously, I appreciate you coming on, man. I do appreciate you taking time.
No, good, mate.
Come on the stream and all that. You're welcome anytime, you know that. And we'll do more in the future, man. We'll outsource.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's good.
100%.
Yeah, and good luck with your team and that. And yeah, we'll see how
you do, brother. Have the boss weekend, and I'll tune into the takeaway show, the Sunday night one.
No, you're welcome, Chris. Always. Anytime. Have a good evening.
Anyway,
and try and drink a few more than beers, as Chris said. I've
got a pineapple cider. That's another Christmas beer.
That looks sad.
Just getting rid of them, mate.
Brilliant. Take it easy. Have a good weekend. Yeah. Take care, all. Take care.
See ya. But yeah, thank you to everyone that liked, shared, commented, subscribed, and obviously subscribe to the other guys as well. I do appreciate it. I really do. And I'm sure the guys would appreciate it as well. Great show. Anyway, as always, the chat's been amazing. Thank you for all your questions. And yeah, man, we'll do it again sometime, 100%. And until then, guys, I will see you. Brother, I appreciate you. I really do. Appreciate all yous. I'll be back live again tomorrow for the watch alongs. Us against Ipswich, City, Chelsea, and then Sunday we got Tottenham and Leicester. So yeah, we will be there, people, and have a good Friday evening and peace out. Good night.